Welcome everybody to Comedy on Tap. I'm Mark Bartow, sorry about that. And welcome to another episode, I hit his leg, to Comedy on Tap. This is another 20 minutes, half hour of pure comedy coming right to you. We are going all over, not only the web, but all over the United States. We're crazy. Today we have another hilarious comedian, and I know that for a fact, with us today. He performs all over Michigan, and we're going to learn a little bit more about him. He is a very funny guy. I know this personally. His name is Ricardo Williams from Muskegon. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks
for the driving.
Oh, not a problem. I carpool somebody, so it was all right.
Oh, okay.
I got to sit back. It was cool. I didn't have to drive the whole way.
You say, I'll give you $1 for gas.
Right. I was like, I'll give you $5. That's about all I got, because that's all I'll put in mine.
Now, you've done a few of the Funny Spot shows before, and you just killed, before you came on and came to my first show, I heard, good things about you, and they built you up, and so it's hard to really live up to that, but sure enough, Ricardo did. You're hilarious.
Oh, thank you.
And you haven't been doing it that long. How long have you been doing it?
Probably about 1.5 years at this point.
That's it?
Yeah, I've only been doing about 1.5 years now.
Yeah.
And I just love it. I love to make people laugh, and that was like my big thing, getting into comedy, even trying comedy, because I'd always been like the class clown, make my friends laugh, but I want to challenge myself and be like, am I really funny, or am I just funny with my friends?
Right.
So I got on stage, and
how did you get on stage? What happened?
I was with somebody at the time who knew the manager at the bowling alley in Muskegon, and they put on shows and stuff, and I was like, I want to try comedy. I think I could do it. I want to try it.
Right.
All right.
So they were already doing shows?
They were doing shows, and they were doing like feature headliner shows, so headliners were coming in and stuff.
Really?
Yep. And they were like, all right, we'll give you 5 minutes in a week or so. So I started writing jokes down. At that time I was working at a car dealership, so I was like up in the showroom practicing my jokes for the other salesmen, you know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, the first time I got on stage is about 120 people.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I went up there, and as soon as my first joke, told my first joke, got a big laugh, and it was over. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
It's a rush, right?
It's a rush.
Right?
Yeah, I loved it.
So did they come for the comedy, or were they there for the bowling?
Oh, they were there for the comedy.
Good for them.
It was a back alley comedy club. That's where I got my start.
What's it in Muskegon?
Yep,
Okay.
Yep.
That wasn't like an open mic thing. That was more of was that a feature headliner?
Yep, feature headliner show. It was a pro show. So
a pro show.
Yep, opened it up, and it was cool.
Wow.
Well, yeah.
And you got the bug ever since, huh?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I came off stage. I was like, I'm doing that again. I don't know how or where to go, but I'm doing that again. It was addicting. Like the laughs and just engaging with the crowd and the energy that they gave back was just amazing. It was intoxicating.
Oh yeah. Well, and you've, like I said, you've done my shows before, so I kind of know a little bit about. Of course, the last few shows of mine that you've been invited to, Ricardo's been a little busy. Just to let you know, stand-up shows that is. But I'm glad that you can make it here and that you do. So you've been. Ever since then, you've been kind of going on the circuit.
Yeah, I started just doing all showcases, open mics and stuff, and hosting here and there, just doing whatever I can do to get on stage. That's basically what I do.
Where are you at mostly?
Mostly, I'm at. I just recently started hosting at Candlestone Resort in Belgium.
Okay.
So I emceed my first show there last night, and it was really good.
Awesome.
Really good show.
That's great.
Yep.
So you're gonna start hosting that?
Yep. I'm taking that over. So, and I also have a monthly showcase that I do at Dreamers Blues Bar in Muskegon.
Okay.
So, but I mostly Grand Rapids area. I'm gonna be in Detroit next week.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you're hitting all the venues.
Yeah. I'm trying to.
You don't come to Flint much.
I gotta come to Flint more because I had.
It's a ways, but we love to see you. We love to see you. You do great at my shows. I know that.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun doing your shows. That one time was crazy.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that in a second.
All right.
Well, if it's if it's part of your stories, but what the heck? Let's talk about it now. One time you came, you did one of my shows.
Yeah.
I don't know if this happens often with you.
It doesn't. That's the only time it's happened. And what happened was I was doing the show.
Well, you can tell me, but you can let them listen.
Listen.
Because they need to hear it.
Yeah, I was doing the show, and this lady was drunk, had a few drinks in her, you know, and she like walked up towards the stage, and she started like not heckling, but just like talking to me, and I'm like, oh, okay, ma'am, all right. And then she took a step on stage. I was like, don't come up here, don't come on this stage. And she like came up to me and started like hugging me and like kissing my neck and stuff, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
And like,
and you never had that before.
I've never had that before.
Right.
Never had anything like that before. And I just kind of like went with it. Like her boyfriend had on the Lions jersey. I was like, look at you, you're useless just like the Lions. Come get your girl. Like it was just nuts. And she was like kissing me and oh, you're so funny. I was like, all right, thank you. Luckily you were there to save me.
Yeah, I was. I can attest to this. This is a crazy situation. Of course, you know, my 38 years doing comedy, I've got a lot of stories, but that's definitely one where it's like you don't see people. If they're gonna heckle you, they sure as heck don't come up and kiss you.
Right.
And but she was mauling you.
Yeah, she was all over me. I thought I was gonna get kidnapped. I was like, I'm gonna be in Flint. And it's just it now.
I thought so too.
Nobody knows where I'm gonna be at because this lady like kidnapped me. Thank God.
Missing, Ricardo and Williams is missing.
You're like Liam Neeson. You're like Liam Neeson and
That same train.
You say
That's hilarious.
He was like, Ricardo, I'm gonna take you.
I love your comedy, as a lot of people who perform with you, and they build you up hugely, and you got good comedy. What kind of comedy would you say you have?
I just talk about life. I just talk about real life situations. I have a lot of stories that I tell, because it's just stuff that happens to me. Like a lot of people are like, is that story true?
Some of them are true.
Yeah, most of them, like most of the crazy stuff I say on stage is true. Like,
So you just take what happens to you in life, and you kind of turn it into a story and make it funny.
Yep, just take it every day. I come up with a lot of stuff in the shower.
Yeah, in the shower. That's great. What a great thing to say. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, I come up with a lot.
Not about the shower.
Right, not the shower. Because I'll just be like showering, you know, and my mind will start to wander, and I'll be like, that's silly. That's silly. I should write that down. And then it just kind of like builds on itself.
Do you do that? They say to do that. Write it down. If you think of something, write it down.
Mm-hmm.
You do that?
I try. I have my phone on me. I always have my notebook with me. So I have my notebook with me. If I think of something, I'll pull it out and I'll jot it down. But I have to make sure that I like jot it down to complete thought, because then I'll go back to it and be like, peanuts? I don't know.
Right.
What's so funny about peanuts?
Right. It's got to be a little bit more than the word.
Yeah, that's be more than words.
Peanuts, allergies.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I just write them down. It's just stuff that I think of that comes to me. I would say people have told me I'm like an animated Hannibal Buress.
Really?
Yeah. Like just the way I deliver my stories. And
I had a funny visual though when you were telling us that. You said you write down and you document what a funny thing, but and you say you think of most of it in the shower. Yeah. So I'm thinking of you now in the shower with your phone going peanut.
Right, yeah. That's the hard part, because I have to remember like what made that funny, because if you don't get it out right away, what made it funny in the moment isn't going to be there anymore.
Exactly.
So I'm like, all right, okay, dating. This is I just talk a lot about stuff that kind of bothers me sometimes.
Right.
I put it in like a positive, humorous spin on it.
That's excellent. That's funny you say that about where you think, because I know and I know this is going to sound funny, when I'm like mowing the lawn or shoveling, doing like a physical exercise,
because your mind wanders.
Yeah. It's like I'm not doing anything else, and this is funny. That's where I come up with a lot of my stuff.
Yeah, because your mind just starts wandering. You're like, and then you make these connections. Right. It's like, okay, well, this is like this, and so people will relate to that.
Yeah.
You just start picking stuff.
Yeah. So any shower jokes we know come from you.
Yes.
So and again, you've done more than a few of my shows, so I kind of know. But so you say observational, true stories. Is there any give me one? Let us hear.
So is it something that happened?
Yeah. Well, like a joke that you use on stage or something like that.
Joke that you use? Okay. Growing up, because I'm from Muskegon, but obviously, and I was adopted by my older aunt and uncle growing up.
Really?
Yeah. So that's why I have two last names. I adopted my older aunt and uncle. But
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was adopted by my older aunt and uncle, so that makes me like the Fresh Prince of Muskegon. You know what I mean? But
is there a Carlton somewhere?
I'm Carlton.
You're Carlton.
I'm Carlton.
Oh,
and the Fresh Prince.
I'm both.
I'm both. So but I didn't have it as good as Will did, because he got adopted and went to Bel Air. I got adopted and went down the street. I was still in Muskegon.
It's hilarious.
That's just.
You don't use that though.
I do.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's why I just started using. Didn't talk about how my parents were old growing up. I had old parents, so it was awful because like they raised me to be like a young old dude, like growing up. And now my favorite candy is peanut bread. All my friends get checks for $5 on their birthday. It's crazy. It's crazy growing up like that.
Oh, yeah. And the same thing with me. When I was born, my father was very old. First time we ever played peekaboo, he had a stroke. So that was terrible. I guess the director to like that one. Steven's laughing. That's good stuff. I've never heard that.
Yeah.
I don't remember you ever saying that. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. Wow. All right, so we heard the story. I want to hear more. I want to hear more stories because I knew that story about the girl. So doing the. Let me get back into your comedy. Okay. You've gone to the club. You're doing the. Are you? Well, I know you're growing, but are you? I mean, you're expanding your set. Is it getting longer? Tell me more about your set.
Yeah, it's definitely getting longer. One thing I've been working on is transitioning from the jokes. Making it more of a story, like a long story that has all these small jokes along the way. It's like a path to and I start with like the beginning of my life, and I want people to know who I am by the end of it.
That's awesome. Yeah. So,
and I have this new joke about I have this new joke, and it's totally not about like my life stuff. It's just about when did who was the first girl to decide that the eggplant emoji is a dick now? Like, think about that. Like, who's the first one to think about that? Because you know what had to be a girl, because guys, we don't have that level of subtlety. We're like, if we're gonna send you a dick pic, we're just gonna send it to you.
Right, exactly.
And then from there, I talk about how I go into like how I sent my mom an emoji because I wanted her to make this recipe, and she was like, what kind of recipe you need that requires 2 cut up dicks? So then I gotta go upstairs and explain to my mom that and it's just talk, because it ends with I live with my mom and how awful that is. It's a weird way to get there, but I'm just that's kind of what I'm working on, expanding my sets and making my jokes more personal.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you've come a long way even since you started.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that since the first time you started up till now, you said a year and a half ago. And now you said you're starting to host the one in Belgium. Are they having a regular show every month or something?
Yes, every month they have a feature headliner show there. So I host it and I book it also.
Oh.
So I get to do like a little bit of like the more business side to comedy, as well as just like the actual joke part. So it's cool. It's nice to see the backside.
Yeah. So it's a lot of work though, isn't it?
A lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of work booking, making sure people get there.
I've had that problem with a few people.
Right.
That's not but I mean, just getting the comments and making sure everything is in your ducks in a row. It's hard to do.
It's hard to do, but it's fun. But I love it. I love being able to.
Do you work? Do you have a job? Regular job?
Yeah.
So you do all this while I didn't get to ask our last guest that. But so you do all this while working?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, while working, I work at the Holiday Inn. I work the front desk. I'm the loyalty champion also. So it's just crazy.
What is that?
A lot. I make sure the other agents are getting people to sign up for the IZ Rewards Club and tracking surveys and responding to surveys and tracking our metrics and stuff like that.
It's kind of do you make jokes about that?
Not yet, but they're coming. Because oh my God, people are. I had a lady cry. Because people they want the adjoining rooms. They need that door. I don't know what it is about the door, but they need that door.
They need the door.
And this lady cried. We drove 3 hours because there was a door. I'm like, you drove 3 hours because of a door? Man, there's a wall. I mean, you can walk around the wall and get into the other room, but it's not the same without the door. And her husband's like, damn it, what about the door? And I'm just like, oh my God. You people are insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, and you also used to work at a car lot.
Yes.
So there's got to be some good stories that come out of there.
Yeah. So
that's comedy written.
So oh my gosh, people came in so mad.
Why?
People hate car sales.
No, I won't say it because it's Ford.
I worked at Chrysler too.
Okay. Because people hate car salesmen, really?
Oh my God, yeah. People hate because that's like they do all this research and they're like, I'm gonna go get the car. They're gonna try to screw me. They're not gonna screw me. I'm gonna get them first. And they come in and they just say ridiculous things. And they're just so angry.
Yeah.
And we're just there to try to help you pick out a car, man. It's not that big of a deal. And like, look, I got one dude had like spreadsheets and like grabs, and I can get it $26 cheaper over here. You gonna match that price? I'm like, $26? I'll give you $26 just to buy the car.
Right.
Like seriously, it's crazy. It was crazy.
How much research they do? It's
Yeah.
nuts. It's nuts. So you figure, hey, so comedy? Are you presuming? Are you looking at maybe growing? Do you have any? What's your main goals? I mean,
my main goal in comedy is really, I just want to go as far as my talent will take me. Wherever that may be. Like, of course, I want to feature and headline more, and get all that stuff. And I think I'll get there, but right now I'm just enjoying where I'm at and wherever my.
Haven't you featured or headlined? I've seen that.
Yeah, I've headlined a few times. I featured a few times, and my goal in the next year is to get do more regional shows featuring and stuff like that. So I want to get into Chicago and different states and stuff around. So
and when you headlined recently, how long was your set?
I headlined at the Laughing Gas Chamber in Whitehall. I did 45 minutes.
In Whitehall?
Yep.
I happen to know where that is.
Yep.
Isn't that weird?
I did 45 minutes.
Wow. I did a show there like 20 years ago. I forgot where it was. I don't think it was. Is that a comedy club?
Yeah, it's like a bar. They do comedy shows.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, awesome. How did you find that?
I got Pete McCarthy from Whitehall. He hit me up on Facebook and was like, I got this room out here. You want to do it?
Right.
And I was like, who's the headliner? He was like, you. And I was like, all right, let's do it.
I'll do it.
I'll do it. Yeah. And I was like, cool. And I just went out there and it worked really well. It was cool.
So, are you, we talked about this earlier. Are you traveling a lot for right now? Are you sticking around Muskegon?
No, I'm traveling more. I got shows coming up in Detroit, like I said, next weekend. And I got shows in Traverse City, Petoskey, just wherever.
Okay.
I'm just all over.
So if the audience wants to see you and they're nearby, you are just looking at, how can they get a hold of,
I got my Facebook page, The Comedy of Ricardo Winston.
Okay.
You can go check my Facebook page. You just add me on Facebook. I'm on Twitter at the WolfSpider23.
Okay. Did we get that, John, or no? We didn't get that? No. Well, you can, but they do that again? Spider?
Oh, at the WolfSpider23.
At the Wolf Spider.
Yes. Because I'm a comic book nerd.
Oh, you are?
Spider-Man.
All right. That's great. That's awesome. I got all our parting guests will get a Flint Comics. Flint Comics.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I've written a column in here for like 3 years. See, Banto. And this is yours for coming on Comedy on Tap, and it's signed. So instead of being free, now it's worth like. Now you'll have to pay people to take it.
It's worth something. I'm
Yes.
gonna put this on eBay. Do people still do eBay? Is that a thing? I'm so like not hip. That's the thing.
I don't know.
I'm 33. I'm not hip. I don't know emojis and stuff.
I don't know that stuff.
And like the Twitter and I don't know.
I don't know. I don't do any of that.
I don't know what these kids are into.
These kids know. They know everything.
They do. They know everything. My kids are so smart. Because I have kids. I have 2 kids. I have a 10-year-old son.
I
have a 10-year-old son, 7-year-old daughter.
Right.
And they're just.
So are you able to? It always intrigues me for family guys like you to do comedy like all around like you do and still maintain working and a family life. That's really hard to do.
Yeah, I have a lot of support. I have a lot of support and stuff. I get when I have them. I try not to schedule shows around times when I have my kids. So, but if it happens to be that it works out, I have my mom and stuff will watch them and stuff. So it's nice. Yeah. It's nice. But yeah, just having kids and doing all that. They ask me about my shows. How's your show go? I'm like, they try to give me jokes that I can use and stuff like that. So, and they're funny and they're so quick. They're quick. Yeah. My son, he's just like me. Like I'll say something, he'll say something right back. I'm like, I'm your dad. Just be quiet. Don't respond to me so quick.
How old is he?
He's 10.
So do you not push comedy on him, but do you think he's going to be funny?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think he's definitely.
Well, is he destined to be a comic?
I don't know. I hope so.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Like he's a funny kid. He's he's another class clown. So I gotta tell him to tone it down sometimes. I'll be like, look, you're in school, you gotta pay attention, but I like that punchline. You gotta work on that time.
Let me write that down.
Good.
Kick peanuts.
Yeah, peanuts. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right, we got like 2 minutes left. Well, we talked about what we can see and stuff. What's we know what's coming up for you, but any last things you want to tell the audience as far as your comedy goes and how they can, maybe what we're looking for in Ricardo Williams?
Just look for me to be all over the place pretty much. Add me on Facebook. You can add me Ricardo Winston or the Comedy of Ricardo Winston.
So the comedy is a page.
The comedy is my page. I have
for
a
you.
comedy page and I have my YouTube page,
Okay.
Ricardo's Funnies. So definitely subscribe to that. I upload videos of shows I've hosted.
Oh, that's perfect. That's great for a comedian to do.
Yeah, I'll
So you're really taking off in the comedy thing.
Yeah.
You're just.
Yeah,
you've got
I'm
it.
trying.
Good
I'm
for
trying
you.
to hit the ground running.
And you say you're 33.
33.
So you're still
Yeah.
got, you got
Yeah.
that,
I got into the game a little late.
Well,
I got into the game a little late, but it's all right because it's working out for me.
Right.
It's working out. And
Seems like it is.
Yeah. and
Seems like it is. You just
yeah.
got to do more of my shows and
I know.
stop declining and, but no, I shouldn't say
I
that.
got to get to Flint way more.
Well, you've done more than a couple of my shows, so you were due. But hey, thanks so much for coming by.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Awesome.
You, like I said, look him up. This is Ricardo Williams. He is so funny, so hysterical. I heard some new stuff myself today, and he's done a few of my shows.
Look me up. It's fun.
Yeah, look him up.
I'll make you laugh.
Yeah.
I'll make you laugh in a sexual way.
Yeah, and girls, he's got a big sense of humor.
It's so
Yes, he does.
So big. That's why I'm afraid. Like I'm worried about that because I have a fear of dying naked because I don't want people to find me because I'm a grower, not a shower. And I don't want the world to remember me like that. Remember the
Yeah. So if you ever see Ricardo naked, just remember, he's a grower, not a short. I never heard that before. I'm a shorty, not a. I don't know. No, even they say about tall, and you're a tall guy too. You're what?
6'4".
Yeah, he's my size, so we know how it goes. Thanks again.
Yeah.
This has been Mark Bonda for Comedy on Tap. Thanks for joining in. Everybody tune in next week. Everybody have a very funny night. Good night, everyone. Thanks again for coming
Thank
by.
you.